Greetings, creatures! I'm Rachelle.
I'm Kalie.
And I'm Brie.
And we are
Paranoia Percentage.
We're just three girls who are a little anxious about our world.
And this is our third episode, so if you don't know what we do here...
We're fascinated by cryptids, conspiracy theories, everything weird.
What are we talking about today, Madam Brie?
So, today we are going to get into some silly little conspiracy theories, just like ones that you read on the internet.
Silly conspiracy theories.
Silly conspiracy theories.
Well, okay.
Little mini ones that, like, there's not a lot of proof on. Like, they're not serious.
Okay.
Like,
well, some people think they're serious, but I will note that, at least Brie and I do not really believe these, but... no offense to those who do, but, like, they're meant to be fun.
Yeah, it's meant to be a joke. Like,
I've never heard any of these, so I'm gonna be, like, reacting to the silliness today.
Yeah,
it's a meme.
You are in for it.
I am so ready. I'm so excited.
You picked the episode to start reacting to, and I love it.
Also, I mean, this is perfect for me because I'm the oldest one here. So I'm the one who's never heard some of this. Y'all kids, you and your new theories.
Oh, come on. You're not even that much older.
Not as much older than you, but I definitely am older than Brie.
Yeah, we're both pretty old compared to Brie.
I'm like more than 10 years older than Brie.
Yeah,
what?
You're 11 years older than me.
Yeah.
And then you are 27, aren't you?
Yes.
So you are 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
So you and I are only a few years apart, but yeah, she and I are more than 10.
Okay, anyway.
The important thing is she's pretty.
Yeah, okay. So iPhones.
Sorry.
Oh my God,
We are gonna jump right into it. Don't apologize for calling me pretty.
I'm sorry.
Quit apologizing. I will come across this.
Sorry
table.
for apologizing. Sorry for saying I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry again. Sorry.
Okay, so iPhones, right?
iPhone's right.
I've
never used an iPhone.
I have one.
I have an Android.
I have an iPhone. It's an older version of iPhone. So
Girl, I've actually only been using smartphones for like the past 5 years.
I've been using.
I got my first one 3 years ago.
Oh, nice.
I got my
don't
first
feel
one
so
6
bad.
years ago.
Okay. Cool.
But I was
6
14
years ago.
6 years ago.
You were 14? Ooh, I want to say cuss words right now.
Okay.
Nope, no cursing. Nope.
I'm not going to.
I will edit it out.
But so anyway, I have an iPhone. It's not one of the newer versions of iPhone, so it doesn't have like mine doesn't have like the facial ID and like all the fancy stuff that they have now, where you can literally just look at your phone and your phone is like, oh, that's you, and then open.
Yeah, that's weird.
But
That's
iPhone,
a thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a thing. It's called
Oh.
Face ID.
Ew.
It's basically where
I don't like
you hold
it.
your phone up to your face like you're about to take a selfie, and it shows you yourself, and it's like, hello, Brie. I don't know if it actually does the voice thing, but like,
You want it to.
I want it to.
You're straight up like imagining AI in this thing. Like,
Yeah, basically.
That movie was weird.
the one with the
Haley
kid and the
Joel
bear.
Osment.
Yeah. I only saw. I know I saw the whole thing when I was really little, but recently I tried to watch it again because I thought I remembered that I liked it.
Okay.
Tried to watch it. I got up to the point that the little boy came home.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
Yes.
Nobody came home. Nobody got better. When
Oh, no.
when the little boy came home, I was so over it and so bored.
Yeah.
And then when he started treating the AI kid mean, I was like, I can't watch this movie. It was
Yeah.
just going to be bullying this AI kid
I
that
was
doesn't
kinda with you on
understand.
that movie was so weird. I literally burned cornbread.
What?
Okay.
The movie is so weird that you burn cornbread.
Yeah. So me and
You could see my hand on the thing.
So me and my ex were watching it while I was making dinner, and the cornbread was still in the oven, and I got so into how weird and intricate the movie was that I forgot the cornbread was in the oven until the movie was over.
Ew.
I put the cornbread in the oven before we started watching the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we realized,
That was some crispy cornbread.
I had to throw the pan away. Like the whole thing was just charred black.
oh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh, that's gross.
That's the only time I've ever done that. I'm a pretty decent cook.
I'm a pretty good cook. I've cooked
Yeah.
some pretty good things for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
your tacos are the bomb.
Yeah, they are.
I'm so old. I
We
said
both
the bomb.
directly.
Hey, I say the bomb.
Do you?
I say that I
Facetiously.
I even go as far to say the bomb diggity.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Serious.
I have a really embarrassing, horrible habit of saying baller.
Oh no! That's a my generation
I know,
thing, and I hate it.
I try to catch myself. I don't know why.
Baller.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it too. But it just pops out of my face hole sometimes, and I can't help it.
I love that you call it your face hole. That's like my favorite thing about you, that you call your mouth your face hole. Like, you say that a lot.
That's
and
another
really it's super endearing.
That's another really horrible habit I have.
It makes me want to hug you every time you say it.
And instead of brain, I can't just say brain. I have to say brain ball.
Oh no.
That's amazing.
Okay, but we haven't even gotten through the first conspiracy.
We have not.
So, basically, there's a lot of people kind of floating around the internet right now. One of them being Shane Dawson.
That's the YouTuber.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
The YouTuber Shane Dawson.
Right.
I love Shane Dawson.
Saying
He's done
that,
a couple of videos with Sophia Nygaard, so that's really the only bit that I know of him.
Yeah, no, I love him, and I have loved him for a very long time.
I'm so thrilled for you.
I watched that kind of stuff a long, long time ago, and then I fell off of Shane Dawson for a while. What, that sounded awful. But I fell off of watching Shane Dawson for a while, and then just last summer or so, I picked it back up, and I got really obsessed for a while, and I kept watching all of his old videos that I missed while I was away, and just really got into him. And now that he's doing these longer
conspiracy videos.
Well, some of them aren't conspiracy, but the documentary style, whatever it is, like, that he does, I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a new, he's developing a new YouTube genre of sorts of mini docuseries.
Yeah, I do like
on
it.
YouTube.
I do like it. I just don't like the people that he covers, which we will get into in a second. So anyway, Shane Dawson basically touched on this a little bit about the government using Face ID and Touch ID and all of that kind of stuff to imprint you and put you in a certain kind of database.
Okay.
So basically, they're putting your face and your photo and your fingerprint and like all of these things and putting you into a database for them to keep for the future.
Okay. That's not... That doesn't sound silly. That sounds legit to me.
Yeah, no, it sounds pretty legit to me, too. But it's just, like, one of the ones that, like, there's not really much proof for.
You need to watch the movie Snowden. Have you heard about the Edward Snowden stuff?
No.
I don't think so.
He was it CIA? I think he was CIA. And he was working for them. He was like a IT guy, tech guy type of situation.
Yeah.
And he was a whistleblower. He blew the whistle that they were like watching people through their laptop computers or their cell phone cameras.
Yeah, because that's a meme now. That's a big meme.
Right,
like,
but that's
me
real.
me at the FBI agent in my phone.
Right, but that's real.
The one where he brings you the milk. You're like, I'm out of milk. And he's like walking up the driveway of the FBI agents with some jugs of milk.
Yeah.
That's real, though. Like, that's legit. They can absolutely look at you through the camera on your phone or your laptop.
That is so creepy.
Yeah, it is super creepy. Greg and I watched that movie, and then I noticed a few days later when he was using his laptop that he had put like a little piece of paper over the camera.
My mom put Band-Aids.
Watching him.
My mom put Band-Aids on all of our all of our cameras.
I don't really care so much if they're watching me. Like, if I'm taking a shower or something, I will set my clothes or my towel or whatever on top of my phone so that they can't see me naked, but otherwise I don't care.
I wouldn't mind so much if they like mailed me a check or something. Like,
pay me for this pornography. Well, basically they're saying that they're taking it a step further with Touch ID, which is like using your fingerprint. Because I even have that on my phone. You can use your fingerprint and open your phone.
Weird. Oh no.
Yeah, that's creepy. I don't like it.
Yeah. So they're saying that they're even taking it a step further and taking the fingerprints on your phone and putting that into a database as well.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I will believe that.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's just like one of the things that they don't really have much physical, undeniable proof for.
So,
right, because it's CIA. You're not going to have physical, undeniable proof.
Yeah.
They're really good at hiding that stuff.
Yeah, no, I get that. But
I take back what I said earlier that I'm not going to believe these, but I sort of believe that one.
Yeah, I kind of believe that
I
one,
probably
too.
won't believe most of these, but that one, that's legit.
Oh, I haven't even gotten into some of the
we
ones
need
that
to
you're not
have
yet.
a girls' night where we watch Snowden and you guys can see. Because I guarantee you will get just as freaked out as Craig did.
Yeah.
Should we do the percentage things on each one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Percentage things.
Yeah,
on
that's a
each
great
one.
idea. I'm gonna say like 98% on this. Like, I legit believe that. Yeah.
I'm somewhere up in the, I would say, 90%
Okay.
that this is happening. It seems legitimate to me. It seems like maybe there's not a lot of proof, but there's a lot of people who would make it very hard to get proof.
Yeah.
I'm a little lower in the percentile, just because I would say I'm probably about 86.
Okay, that's fair.
Just because personally,
I'm way more gullible than you anyway, so.
Personally, I just think that I don't really see a reason why they would really need our faces. I mean, unless you're thinking about that, whatchamacallit thing.
I mean, like Homeland Security, like anti-terrorism stuff, of course they would want to be following.
Well, not only that, but I mean, all of our faces.
Yeah.
You don't really need all of our faces.
But if you're just doing certain people, then that's profiling.
Yeah.
Oh, but they have no problem to profile people.
Well,
they do not.
They have no problem
Right,
with that.
They in fact do not. But
They should.
They also
Don't get
do
me
have
wrong.
those things where it's the movable emoticons, where it's like you can make a person look like they're saying something.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Like say you have say Ariana Grande, which I don't know if you know her or not. Doesn't matter.
I have no idea who that is.
Famous person.
Okay.
Say they want her to say something like they want her to say, "I just killed JFK," even though that didn't happen.
Right,
but
she wasn't born yet.
No, but say
Let's pretend she was.
Let's pretend she was. Let's pretend they were trying to frame Ariana Grande for murdering JFK.
Okay.
So they have this face ID of her now.
Okay.
So they can make it to where this face ID of her looks like the real her and makes it to where she looks like she's saying that. And sounds like she's saying
I don't
that.
like it.
Well, and so that's not a conspiracy. That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
And unfortunately, a lot of places are having a lot of problems with right now. With celebrities are being made out to look like they're saying things that they're not.
Eventually
not
technology
occurs.
is going to kill us. You know that, right?
Maybe we'll reach the singularity and we'll be, the robots will turn against us. But yeah, they're also the
I
biggest.
don't mean like robots are going to literally kill us. I just mean like technology is going to be the death of the human race.
Honestly,
yeah.
probably. But what the biggest issue that a lot of
already proved that to us, which I don't think you were even you were born, right?
well,
Y2
she was born before
she doesn't
2000.
know. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Y2K, the compute. Okay, in 1999,
The year I was born.
right?
You were born in '99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So in
Oh.
1999, there was a theory going around.
Calm down.
that-
You were 7.
that
I'm
when
hurting.
when the year changed and it became the year 2000, that all of the computers would not understand what was going on and would roll back to 1900, and information would be lost and lights would go out and there would be just chaos in the world, or at least in the United States.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of movies that have kind of shown how technology will be the death of humanity.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, this was a thing where people were hoarding milk and bread and
A lot of
canned
families-
goods and stuff. People went nuts, survivor disaster preparation type stuff.
But basically, the government's using Touch ID and Face ID to have a personal
Okay.
database of all iPhone users, which is another reason that I don't really believe that they are doing that. Just because, if they were doing this for all human citizens, maybe. If all human citizens...
Well, maybe the goal is to get all the human citizens, just not everybody has an iPhone yet, so they'll have to figure out a way to do it on Android, too.
They probably
They
already
might have
some
already
of that on
figured that
Android.
out, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But, the only ones that they're doing this with right now have iPhones. And that's only...
This is just the
That
beginning.
that we know of, though.
Yeah.
That we know
Well,
of.
yeah, but that's another conspiracy for
All
another
right.
time.
Well, I totally believe this one, so.
86%.
I'm
Did you
excited.
guys know that Keanu Reeves is an immortal being?
I have heard tale of this as a possibility, but I don't know a whole lot. I've seen the pictures,
I believe it.
which we will post on the Facebook when this episode airs. So I will get on that, and you guys can see the pictures if you haven't already.
I believe it.
You do believe it?
I believe it.
You believe that Keanu Reeves is
100%.
immortal? Really?
Before you even tell me any facts.
Is he a vampire? Do you believe in vampires?
Yeah, because he's that hot.
I mean, he's not really my type, but sure, if you're into that sort of thing.
So, have you heard of KeanuIsImmortal.com?
This is a website?
Yes.
No.
Right, there's a whole website dedicated to
That's
this.
awesome.
I'm just pulling bits and pieces, mostly off of the website. Some
Okay.
of just what I've heard, but mostly off the website. So KeanuIsImmortal.com if you guys want to go there and
I
see more
definitely wanna do
in-depth
that.
details as to why some people think that Keanu is an immortal being.
Apparently Brie is one of those people.
I want to go.
Okay, so on the site, and unfortunately I can't show you, but there are...
We'll post pictures on
Yeah.
Facebook, yeah.
There are paintings and photographs and sketches and all sorts of artist renditions of different people throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
These are generally people that are kind of in the public eye.
Okay. So
That-
he likes being famous.
Right.
An immortal being enjoys to be famous.
So
Sounds like Lestat to me.
they found these pictures that have... Maybe he's Lestat. But anyways, okay, so all these pictures and paintings and everything of all these people throughout history, throughout like way history, all the way back to the 700s.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
The 700s.
the 700s. These people
After
would
death or
yeah AD
before? Okay.
748 AD is the first one that at least I know of.
AD doesn't actually stand for after death. It stands for Anno Domini. In the
Really?
year of our Lord.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That solves an issue that I've been having with BC and AD for a long time.
BC,
Because he lived for like
before
36
Christ.
years
BC
or
is
something.
before Christ, yeah.
I was like, where are those other 36 years? Or however long he lived. Okay, but yeah, I get it now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so all these pictures, he has a resemblance to them. So like same kind of nose shape, same face shape, same eye shape. And then Keanu has this very particular patchiness in his beard.
He does.
That these men tend to also have.
Yeah.
And then the ones that don't really have it, you can kind of see what looks like might be makeup to cover in the patchy
Really?
spots. Okay.
In all of the photos?
And I don't know if it's all the photo. I didn't look that closely, but that's what I had heard. And that one I heard on another podcast somewhere, and I can't remember which one. Maybe it was
cool.
yeah, it was the Rhett and Link podcast. What is that
Oh,
called?
Good
Ear
Mythical
Biscuits.
Morning.
No, that's their YouTube
Yeah, that's their
show.
YouTube.
Their podcast is Ear Biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they did an
It's a
episode
great
on
podcast
it.
name.
Ear
Yeah.
biscuits.
Ear Biscuits.
Yeah, I love that.
Not better than ours.
No, but it's still pretty good.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of these men do seem to have a striking resemblance to him, but the first person that they think that he was Charlemagne.
The King of France?
I think so.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so
Keanu Reeves.
they say
My
that,
man.
they say that
Yay.
he has a very striking resemblance. I think he has a moderate resemblance. I wouldn't say that it's striking. It does to me look
Some
like a
of the
different
pictures
person.
that I've seen, not of Charlemagne, but the resemblance is like unbelievable.
Yeah, this one I would say it's not really unbelievably.
I mean, maybe
the same, but-
descendants.
He could be descended from Charlemagne.
Potentially.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't know.
But
You should go on Who Do You Think You Are and find out. Do you guys ever watch that?
no.
I don't think Keanu Reeves cares enough.
You don't know?
So he looks a lot like him, and what's really strange is when Charlemagne was starting to get ill, it was kind of like he just decided that it was time for him to quote die. So he gave the throne to his son, and then he waited. It seemed like he was waiting until it was a really, really cold day where the weather was really bad, and so almost nobody saw his body because he wanted a very, very quick burial, and they obliged. So it was really, really fast, really rainy, horrible, cold day where nobody showed up. Nobody saw his body except for just the people who were preparing it. And later, somebody else, and I don't know why I didn't write it down. Somebody else said that they went to where his, what are those above ground tomb things called?
Mausoleum.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They went to his mausoleum, and the guy said that he actually went in it and saw him sitting upright, alive in a chair, just chilling in his mausoleum. And then they left, and that was the end of that. So
I'm glad you just leave. Like, you're not like, my king, and fall to your knees. Nah, you're
I
just
mean, that would not be my reaction. My reaction would be,
I mean, if it looked like Keanu Reeves, I'm on my knees. But anyway. Oh, I got full government named. Continue.
Okay, so there were, a couple others throughout history, and it seems to be that these people pop up never around the same time. It's always after a generation or two, or even more than that, where it's kind of like, okay, nobody alive today will know me, so now I'm going to go ahead and be public again. So he every now and again pops up as a public person.
If you were immortal, it's a good way of doing it.
If you want to be famous, but you don't want people to recognize you.
I mean, maybe he can't die. So how
maybe
would
he
they
can't.
kill him? I mean, I think this is bunk, but just for argument's sake.
So another public person that he popped up as was in 1847. Paul Monet was born, but it wasn't like the painter Monet. Mounet. Was born in 1847, lived to 1922. Again, has a very striking resemblance to him. This person, one of the reasons why a lot of people think that maybe it's Keanu, is because he started out as a doctor, and he did doctor things for a while, and then he just decided to become an actor. Became a very famous actor of the time. Also,
what year was this?
Well, he lived from 1847 to 1922.
Okay.
As far as his death goes, nobody knows how he died, and his body was never found.
Then how do they know he died in 1922?
I don't know. Maybe that's when he went missing.
Yeah,
but that's when
probably
he's
missing.
called as dead.
Shoot.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay, that's a murder.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Oh yeah, probably.
He done got.
But but since it was totally Keanu, obviously
He couldn't have got.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever
He's a
asked
marvel.
Keanu Reeves about this?
Yes, on a
What
morning
did he
show.
say?
He thought it was funny. I don't remember what he said, but I
He
know
was
that
probably just laughing it off because he's like, caught.
I can't remember. It was like a morning or night show, like one of those talk shows, and he was handed this big placard of all these like photos of him from the history, and he just laughed it off. I don't know what all he said, but yeah, there's a video of it somewhere on
I'll have to
YouTube.
look that
We'll
up.
have to find it.
He probably just thought, oh dang, I got caught.
Yeah, just like he's gonna play this off, like
Catch
look
me
how
dying
funny.
in 2 weeks and then coming back to life 100 years from now.
So, KeanuIsImmortal.com believes that his kindness could only be acquired with long life.
Or he's just a nice guy.
I mean, people can be nice. I know it's few and far between, but it does happen
Definitely
from time
because
to
it's
time.
definitely because he's
Sometimes-
immortal.
Sometimes you can just be a good person.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Listeners.
Like, not any of us,
Hold
but,
on,
you know,
but-
other people.
Hold on, but listeners.
Okay, Kalie's relatively nice.
Yeah, I'm
you and me,
pretty
no.
Listeners, you don't have to live for the next 1,000 years to gain kindness.
No.
You
Yes,
can
you-
just be a good person.
You can choose to be nice. That is something you can choose. There are many things about life you cannot choose. That is one you can choose.
speaking of
However,
kindness,
when I try to be nice, people think I'm being sarcastic.
That's true.
Every time.
I
Like,
know.
I'm never mean. Like, I never try
Because you
to
get
be
that
mean.
look on your face where you're just like...
Well, it's because I'm trying to be nice, and then, like, I can't be like, you look really pretty today, without having, like, a look on my face.
it's how Brie looks all the time. Just that sound, just like that.
Yeah, I look constipated 90% of the time. So.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, no, I'm right. I know. I look constipated 90% of the time. Like, I'm not wrong.
Like she's eating a lemon.
Keanu Reeves. All right, so speaking of kindness, now they said his kindness could only be acquired through a long life. But speaking of kindness, I'm sure you guys have heard that he gave millions of dollars to some of the crew of The Matrix.
I had not heard that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I knew that he was a philanthropist, but I didn't know that part.
He made about $70 million from The Matrix, and he gave $50 million of it away to the crew.
That's awesome.
Yes, very
Good
generous.
for you, Keanu Reeves. You're a good dude.
Really, really amazing.
There should be more people like you.
The majority of it went to the special effects and the costume crew. He gave most of these donations, which is amazing of him, but he gave most of it to the costume and special effects crew. So, him being focused on them, and The Matrix wasn't like a super heavy costume special effects like it was, but like especially costumes, it wasn't super heavy in costumes. But he gave a lot of the earnings
he had that
to him.
awesome black duster in the
He
sunglasses.
did, but he had pretty much the same outfit the whole time.
True that.
Except for the very, very beginning.
Right. When he's a normal person.
So, is that because he's nice, or is it because he is trying to get in really good with some people who know makeup so that later he can ask them for a favor to age him a little bit? Years down the road,
Okay.
he can call them up and be like, I gave you all this money, like strike a deal with them, that later down the road they would make his beard a little gray and make some lines on his forehead or whatever it is.
By that definition, he's gonna quote-unquote die soon, because he's starting to look a little bit older.
Not soon. He's just 50-something. I mean, not soon.
Well,
soon.
but I mean, at what point do you pull the plug and
He would have to.
Get the
He
new
would
identity.
have to eventually start really aging, because for a very long time, as you'll see of pictures of decades past, as young as he looks. He's starting to look a little bit older now, but for decades he was looking the same age as he looked in 1995.
right?
And then all of a sudden, he's in the public eye again, and it seems like he suddenly aged the 10 years that he should have this whole time. But maybe he wasn't aging that whole time. And then now that he's got to be in the public eye again because of John Wick 3, because of him being in that video game, I don't know what it is, where he's like in 2077 or whatever.
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's some video game that
I don't
he's the
follow
main
video games.
character, and they base it off of him and everything. So
Okay.
he's getting really, really big right now. He knew he was going to be in the public eye. He had to suddenly age very quickly. So he called up the people from the Matrix costume crew and got them to make him up to look a little bit older. But unfortunately, this whole time they haven't been slowly doing it. He just did it all of a sudden. So that's why now he's back again looking almost his age. But they still have to slow it down a little bit. That's why he doesn't look totally his age.
How does he keep them from telling people that?
Because he paid them $50 million.
I understand that, but two people can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Maybe it is just one person. Maybe he gave the majority of the $50 million to the one person. Who knows?
Okay.
We don't know where
Maybe.
exactly the money went to exactly. We don't know who he could have bribed.
I just have one little thing to insert.
Okay.
Yeah.
New conspiracy theory. I have been trained to fall in love with Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Now I gotta be immortal. And then
how are
go
you?
fall in
How
love
are
with
you
Keanu
gonna do
Reeves.
that?
I'll figure it out. I'll do anything for love.
I mean,
But
if
I
this
won't do
theory
that.
is true, he's way too old for you.
He was born in
700.
748.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, so that's all I have for that. Check out Keanu as immortal.com.
I get grossed out by my friend Alex thinking Sean Connery is sexy. This is way beyond, Brie.
Well, so I personally think it's like 90%. I'm kidding.
Are you
okay? I'm kidding.
Kalie was about to jump across the table.
No, for me it's maybe like a
2% chance.
2%.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in immortal beings or whatever. I don't really believe in people that can live for hundreds of thousands of years. I think he's just a guy. And as much as I love him, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
I think the only beings that would ever live longer than a normal human lifespan would be the Dunedain, and unfortunately they're not real, so...
Well, that's for another podcast. But, Kalie.
Oh, there's no chance. This is real.
Kalie.
Kalie, the joke has already been made.
No, this is fact.
Are you being...
No, she's
No,
not.
you're not. Look at your face.
I'm being facetious. New
Oh,
word.
okay.
F is for facetious. No, I think it's honestly a 0% chance.
Yeah.
Literally 0. But I don't believe in immortal beings. But, I'm willing to be swayed in the 0.5% chance if somebody convinces me that immortal beings are possible. But I don't think no, 0%.
Yeah. What you at, Rachelle?
I like to be open-minded, so I'm going to say 5%.
Okay.
You've got the most percentage out of all of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's because you're gullible.
I'm the most gullible of all of you. No, it's true.
So
That's
you
true.
kind of, just a little bit of you believes this.
No.
But she can see why people
I can
do.
see why people think that, because there's actually thought put into this one.
Yeah, there's a whole website.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought put into this one. People have done their research. They've done their homework. I do think that doppelgangers are a thing, and I think that these are his historical doppelgangers. Mm-hmm. Because I know that doppelgangers are a thing because I have one.
Yeah.
I've never met her, but several of my friends have met her. She went to the same college as me, and some of my friends would, like, see her in the hallway and, like, go up to talk to her, and she'd be like, I don't know you, because they thought she was me.
Well, supposedly
Weird.
I have doppelgangers.
So I know that is a thing.
Supposedly I have doppelgangers all over the country. Like, when I was in high school, I had, like, 4 people come to me and tell me, oh, I met your doppelganger when I was in California the other day. Oh, I met your doppelganger when I was in Florida the other day. Oh, I met your doppelganger in Tennessee. Oh, I met your doppelganger in Texas.
Yep.
Apparently I've got, like, at least 4 doppelgangers in this country.
I don't think a single
Either that or
person...
your one doppelganger likes to travel.
Yeah, they're trouble. And then they happen to run into people that she knows.
The world is smaller than we think it is.
I don't think a
Bro,
single
what if I
person
met my
has ever
doppelganger?
told me that
I
they met a
think
doppelganger.
the space-time continuum would collapse.
I hope the microphone picked up that tiny little oof. Okay, but I'm coming in with a lot of the ones that you might actually believe. So this one is Tana Mongeau's...
Who the what now?
Tana Mongeau's TanaCon. So basically a lot of people are kind of saying that that was a scam. But let's get into what TanaCon was supposed to be in general.
Who is Tana Mongeau? What is a TanaCon?
Hang on! I'm explaining.
Okay.
So Tana Mongeau...
These are not words that I know.
Tana Mongeau is a YouTube... I'm not going to call her a star, because there's not many
it's a
people
person.
that actually... Yes.
Okay.
There's not many people that actually like her.
I don't even know what she does. I've heard of her. Like, I know she's a YouTuber.
I think she's an influencer. Like, I think that's her job, is an influencer.
What's an influencer?
Like, basically where they do ads for a bunch of products and make it to where, like, young kids and stuff want to buy them.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's
mostly
her job.
YouTubers.
Mostly YouTubers.
Okay.
Most
Instagram,
influencers.
Instagram people, like,
Okay.
you know, people that...
I still don't really know what Instagram is all that much, so...
Me either.
Well, it's social media. And we will have a Paranoia Percentage Instagram, by the way.
That you will run, because neither Kalie nor I know what Instagram is.
That I will run, yes. And also our direct messages will be open, so if you guys want to send us your ghost stories, or if you guys want to send
we
us
should
in...
definitely do a episode to that later where we read fans' ghost stories.
Yeah.
On air.
As long as, but you have to put that you give us permission to talk about
if you
it.
do not give us permission, we are not reading your story.
Definitely.
Period.
But, yeah, anyway, so Tana Mongeau is basically an influencer. That's her job. She makes YouTube videos, and she posts ads, basically.
Okay.
But since she is a YouTuber, she was invited to, and went to multiple times, something called VidCon, which is basically where YouTubers alike will all get together and they will go to this convention where they can meet and greet with their fans, and some of them, like, they say they get paid to be there, or, like, it's a terrible experience to be there, that kind of stuff. Like, they'll complain, or
everybody's got to complain about something.
VidCon. Like, VidCon is definitely something you either love or you hate.
Okay.
So, Tana Mongeau hated VidCon. Hated it with a burning passion. In fact, she posted an almost 80-minute YouTube video called Why I Won't Be Attending VidCon 2018, a rant. Mm-hmm. Saying how she hates VidCon, they don't pay her well, as a creator you're not treated fairly, all of this kind of stuff. And she basically tells them, like, her audience, that VidCon refused to give her a quote-unquote featured creator badge, which basically just allows you to, like, extra security through, like, all of the events and everything, and, like, make sure that you're protected at all times, because you are this big creator person and you'll get mobs. But anyway, then she basically says that, and I quote, "The refusal prevented me from moving around the conference discreetly, instead forcing me to travel directly through crowds of fans."
Okay.
Yeah, and she said that it basically resulted in mob situations in which security ultimately asked her to leave the premises due to safety hazards.
Okay,
So
that's some BS.
yeah, she ended up getting kicked out of VidCon
I'd be mad too if I were her.
if this happened.
You don't think it happened?
No. We'll get into why later. But so anyway, this whole situation with VidCon kind of spawned this joke, like this internet joke. So Tana Mongeau could hold a meet and greet in the parking lot of VidCon since she couldn't get in. So that was the joke. Like, she was just going to hold a meet and greet in the parking lot so that she could still meet her fans and talk to them and everything.
I mean, it sounds like meeting them was the issue.
Yeah. So basically, then after that joke, she was like, I wonder what would happen if I started my own con. So she started talking about this con on her Instagram and on her YouTube and pretty much everywhere, promoting this con and trying to get people to come because it's quote-unquote a free tour, or a free event.
Okay.
So basically, all of these people could go to this place in Anaheim, which is where VidCon was also being held.
Oh,
right, it was
okay.
going to be right across the street,
It was
wasn't it?
literally going to be right across the street
That's
during the
kinda rude.
same
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, that's super rude.
Yep.
Yeah. And so she starts promoting it, and she's also only my age.
Okay.
Which, like, I'm not saying people my age can't do a lot of cool things. We definitely can, if we set our minds to it and we're smart enough.
Sure, yeah.
I'm arguably gonna say that she's not smart enough.
Ooh.
But, just my personal opinion.
We are recording.
I know. Tana Mongeau, at me.
Oh, okay.
But,
You're going to get in a feud with Tana Mongeau.
I can't wait.
Oh, pretty
As long
please
as our
make that
podcast
happen.
doesn't get banned, I don't care. Do what you want.
It's not gonna get banned.
Okay.
But, so
I will be
anyway,
mad at you if that happens, but otherwise, yeah, I don't care. Do
it's
what
not
you
gonna
want.
get banned.
Have as many feuds as you want with whoever you want.
But, so basically, she planned this entire event, this entire con. And there's a lot of people that are calling her dumb for this. And to be honest, this is also old news. This all happened in 2018. But, like, she basically planned this entire event. And this is in, like, her team's own words. 40, maybe 30 days. That she planned to house, like, 20,000 plus people in, like, 30 days.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, there's no
that's
way.
dumb. No.
And to have it all be free with gifts and gift baskets and gift bags and...
There's no way.
No, there's no possible way that they could
No.
have planned all of this
That's
in
ridiculous.
30 days. So, she said that at the start, she had no lineup or anything rented. Absolutely nothing, Mojo told the publication, which was Forbes magazine. I'm a pretty last-minute person, but this was extreme. She says that she was, like, heavily involved in the planning process, but it was mostly taken over by a person, like, or a group, this brand new group who had just now started, which was also being run and founded by a 20-year-old kid.
Okay.
Yikes.
So there's a bunch of young people that really shouldn't be trying to plan an event this large, planning an event this large. You can already see where this is going to start to go wrong.
Disasters, yeah.
Yeah. So, she was involved in the planning down to the color of the cups at creator parties, which is basically where all of the YouTubers can get together and have a party and drink and, like, you know, have a good
Except
time.
for her, because she's underage.
Sure. She doesn't drink because she's underage. Sure. But she says, it's mind-blowing that I have to pay attention to every little detail. But it's my name. It's TanaCon. And if anything bad happens, bad security or whatever, it's on me. So I've been putting my heart and soul into making this the best that I can. It very, very quickly began to fall apart the night before TanaCon was even supposed to happen. So registration, which you have to register to get to this event as it's a free event, registration is pushed up from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. So basically, like, if you had plans to register for this event, but you just couldn't do it for any reason until 8 a.m., you're kind of screwed now, because it's 6 a.m. So, the morning of, fans are literally lining up at the doors to where she's holding this event, which is at the Anaheim Marriott Suites Hotel.
Okay.
No, it's not across the street. It is next door. It is. Let me make sure you guys heard me. It is next door. Love that for her.
That's great.
Very petty. But, so anyway, they start lining up before 6 a.m. so that they make sure that they're registering on time, they're all ready, like, they can just get in there. And so, you know, they start getting ready, and it doesn't open. 7 a.m. rolls around. Doors don't open. 8 a.m. rolls around. Doors don't open. 9 a.m. finally rolls around. This is 3 hours later in the middle of June. So in the heat. The recorded temperatures for that day was like 98 plus. And supposedly there was 20,000 people there.
Wow, that's what Tana said.
Waiting to get in the doors. Exactly. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So basically 9 a.m. finally rolls around. People finally start entering the building. So then Twitter is already blowing up with angry fans tweeting at
Yeah,
Tana.
I wouldn't have waited that long. I would have left a long time before.
Well, this is her fans. This is like if
I
you
don't
were
care.
this is like if you were trying to see Ed Sheeran, and Ed Sheeran had told you, "I will be here on this day at this time and you can come see me for free." How long would you wait?
It depends on how hungry I am and how much the sun is out. If the sun is out, I can't wait that long because
Yeah,
I'm Irish.
The sun was out, and a lot of people assumed that they were going to get in right away at like 6 a.m.
exactly.
So they didn't bring sunscreen.
Because
They
it's
didn't
a
bring
con.
anything.
Like, it's
Yeah,
a
like
con. You're supposed to
I would get
go straight
blister
in.
sunburns,
Right.
like third
And a
degree
lot of
sunburns.
people
Quite a
did.
people did. Quite a people
It's
did.
not cool.
So anyway, Twitter immediately starts like angrily documenting like everything that's happening. The terrible sunburns that people are getting, the dehydration level that people are getting to. Like they're immediately getting very sick.
Well, this is even after 9, right? Because like a
Yeah.
lot of people couldn't even
this
go
is
in.
even after 9. Like most
So some people were out all day.
Most people could not even actually end up getting into the doors. Even by nighttime, they weren't able to get into the doors. And they were basically being told different things. Some were being told that TanaCon had been canceled. Some were being told that TanaCon had been, like, confused or something like that, like with another event. But just multiple people were being told, you cannot get into the building. However, the reason why I put free in quotation marks earlier was because it wasn't actually free. Most people did actually pre-register. Most people did actually pay for exclusive content. Most people did pay like $60+ to make sure that they got reserved and got in there.
And then they didn't get in.
And then they didn't get in.
Right, and it was only supposed to be a small number of people that could pay that $60-some-odd to get the exclusive tickets, but they ended up selling it to everyone.
Yeah, every single person that showed up there got that $60 thing. And there was only supposed to be, I think it was like 2,000 people
Well,
out of the 20,000 that were supposed to show
I'm
up.
not sure, but I don't know if you're going to talk about it, but like the capacity wasn't even
5,000.
as far as who showed up or the capacity. Because
The capacity was 5,000. Oh, wait, no. Capacity was 2,000.
Right.
And 5,000 showed up.
Right. But Tana's like, 20,000 people were there.
20,000 people were there waiting for me. No.
No. So they not only oversold and overbooked a place that only had a capacity of 2,000 people, but they also totally duped people with the tickets.
They completely duped
Did
people.
they give people their money back?
They're still working on it.
Yeah, this was what?
This was
Summer of 2018?
This was summer of 2018, and
Wow.
they're still working. They're quote unquote still working on giving people their money back. So a lot of people are assuming that it's a scam, and that it was always a scam, and that it was a scam from the get-go, and that she never meant to have an actual con, and that she literally was just trying to get people's money, and now she's being called out for it. So now she's quote unquote working on refunds, including Shane Dawson. Because Shane Dawson was also invited to this con to be...
Well, yeah,
like,
you can't have a VidCon without Shane Dawson.
Yeah, and so he was also invited to this con.
Sorry.
But it wasn't a VidCon. It was a TanaCon. Because it's all of her friends and all of her exclusive people. And Shane Dawson was invited to this con. And so he said, I'm going to go. I'm so supportive of this. VidCon is terrible, because it kind of is. And then this whole situation blows up. And he's like, oh my God, like, I feel duped. Like, I feel like I was lied to. And so he does this whole docuseries on Tana Mongeau. And, like, asking her questions and questions and questions and questions, and not letting her kind of get loopholed out of it. So a lot of people are kind of saying that it's a scam, but other people are saying, no, it's not, because Shane Dawson worked so hard to get those people their refunds.
I mean, it could just be that she and the company that she was working with were really incompetent.
Yeah.
For sure. And also, she's a little bit of an over-exaggerator, apparently.
A little bit?
A little bit. Just a little.
That was your rat voice.
Yeah, it was.
For those of you who don't know, Kalie has pet rats, and
I
that
do.
was the voice that she uses when she's loving on them.
Yeah, and just to give you a little bit more numbers, in a Drama Alert interview uploaded later that first day, Mongeau explains that the hotel event space was originally intended to hold 5,000 people, and that the event had initially sold 4,200 tickets. The team did not anticipate so many extra attendees showing up, let alone an alleged 20,000 people, despite the fact that it was billed as a quote-unquote free convention. Fans had the option to buy $1 general admission tickets or $65 VIP tickets, which a lot of girls, like, they genuinely did. They bought those $65 VIP tickets and were completely expecting to get into VIP, but then didn't end up getting in the doors at all.
Right, because they should put a cap on it, but they didn't put a cap on it.
Yeah.
How do you do VIP if you can... You can't do VIP with an unlimited number of people to do VIP. You just don't have the resources for that.
Though even those who actually made it into the event didn't really have much of a better time than the people that were waiting outside.
Do you remember what they said was in their goodie bags?
Yeah. Stickers.
Stickers and a condom or
Stickers
something
and
like
a
that.
condom. I think there was like a mini water bottle, like one of those mini ice mountain water bottles.
Right. You're going to go to like a convention.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk out there with a condom, some stickers, and a water bottle.
I mean, I've never been to a convention. I have no idea what I'd walk out of there with.
Definitely not that.
Definitely not that, and definitely not, especially not when you paid $65 for a VIP experience.
I want to go to a PodCon someday.
That would be cool.
I really want to go to as many, like, anime cons and, like, Comic Cons and, like, all of those. I really want to go to all of those.
I mostly just want to do PodCon. I want to meet Mike Schubert and Eric Silver.
Wait, when is a podcast?
You know,
Like,
I'm really...
we know there was one in Nashville recently. We just missed it, but the tickets were crazy expensive, and I cannot afford it.
I'm really wanting Spencer Henry to show up to one so that I can really just talk to him about how much I adore him and he is my son.
Isn't he older than you?
Okay.
Okay, Brie.
So, percentages that TanaCon was a scam. Just because, like, obviously TanaCon existed.
did
Yeah.
TanaCon exist?
For the first, like, 2/3 of your telling me that story, I was like, okay, what's the conspiracy here?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I don't know. Especially in her video with Shane Dawson, which if you haven't watched that, go ahead and go watch it if you want to know more information on this. I obviously just skimmed the basics. Personally, 65%.
That it was a scam.
That it was a scam. Because while I also do tend to believe that her and her team were just incompetent, like they were just idiots and they didn't know how to plan a con.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't know how to plan a con.
Yeah, but like, you wouldn't try.
No.
Like,
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be like, oh, well, this other con that hundreds of thousands of people go to is too good for me. I'm going to try and plan my own con.
I mean, that sounds like a hubris thing to me.
Yeah. And so her and her team were just incompetent at planning
I mean,
a con.
I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. I've never heard of her before. It came out of your mouth just now, so.
She's not great. But, anyway.
Again, with this feud that you've got going on.
Right.
It's already started, Tana. Sorry.
Sorry, Tana.
We tried to stop her, but not really.
All right, get to feuding, you guys. Go ahead.
I don't know you. I've never heard of you before in my entire life.
I'm trying to clap very softly so that I don't, like, mess
I
up the mic.
appreciate that.
Come for me. Come for me, I dare you. But anyway, so anyway.
Please don't hurt me or Kalie.
She probably has a good team of lawyers now that this TanaCon thing has happened.
Probably, yeah. But anyway.
Please don't sue the podcast. We have no money.
At
all.
She basically.
Nothing.
She basically, like, I think that she. I don't know. I don't know how to put this nicely. I think that she. She really messed up with this one. I don't know if this is like a normal thing for Tana to do. I don't know her personally. I just know what her online persona displays. Mm-hmm. And
she could be a really nice person outside of filming.
I'm sure she could be. I'm sure she could be. Because most YouTube stars have a different personality, completely different personality.
Yeah, right, because they put on a character that, gets abused.
However, based on her online persona, based on Shane Dawson's video, and based on the information that we have collected, 65% sure that this was a scam.
Okay.
I definitely see how it could be. There are a lot of things in that even somebody that is incompetent would not think was necessarily appropriate, like overselling the VIP tickets, or that little kind of, so I don't know if it was a hidden video or whatever. I don't know if she knew that she was being recorded, but there was that video that came out of her saying that people love to be oppressed.
Yeah.
Which just kind of struck a nerve with me. Like,
yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, it was super not cool. So, also her crying, in my opinion, seemed very forced and faked. But maybe that's just how she cries. I don't know the rest of her videos. So I'm going to say that it was probably a scam. Like 75% probably a scam. The other 25%, I'm giving her benefit of the doubt that maybe she didn't realize how big of a task this was. Maybe the company that she worked with maybe scammed her. Or maybe they were totally incompetent. I don't know. 25% no. 75% yeah, it was a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have enough information. I have not seen any of these videos. I don't know anything about her. Literally everything I know about this subject is everything that just came out of Bree's mouth.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 50% and not really sway myself one way or the other.
Like, there's so many more details about how, like, she kind of did this whole situation and how her team kind of, like, the people that she hired kind of also went into it.
Well, and we'll see. I'll look into it and I'll see if maybe I change my mind. But yeah, right now I'm not swayed one way or the other. I don't know. I don't have enough information.
So the last one for today's podcast,
we will do this again very soon.
Oh yeah, I think these are fun, like little podcasts of like a full one of.
It's a podcast nugget.
Yeah,
it's a conspiracy nugget.
Conspiracy nuggets. So we'll do more podcasts in the future with little conspiracy nuggets that. Are several ones instead of the normal format where we would focus on one subject through the whole thing. So this little conspiracy nugget, I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
Amazing what I can do sometimes. I don't know. It comes to me.
I'm just so amazing all the time. I know.
I mean, girl. Hop to it.
I'm gonna hop into it. All right. So the moon does not exist.
Wow.
The moon does not exist.
The moon doesn't exist.
I can look at it right now. It is nighttime.
But the moon's not there. The moon doesn't
there
exist.
it is.
Oh, look, there it is. A street light.
See, it's a street light the whole time.
A street light that is hundreds of thousands, millions of miles in the sky.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Give me this one.
There is a YouTube video.
It always is.
Yes, there's a YouTube video, and it was kind of a theory before this, but this is what really made it hit big, that a lot of people believe that the moon isn't real, that it's not a moon. YouTuber, I can't pronounce this, so it's like Crow77, but CRROW 77. So look them up. They have the YouTube video there where they were recording... Huh?
Sounds like crow to me.
It's double
R.
It's
like
2 R's.
Crow 77.
Crow 77.
Okay.
So
what did Crow 77 say?
They were recording the moon for some reason. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't
Sorry,
listen to
Crow
everything.
77. Now Kalie's got a feud with you.
Yeah, come at me. I bet you don't have the kind of lawyers that Tana Mongeau does. It's fine. Okay, so they put up this YouTube video that was a recording of the moon, an uninterrupted recording of the moon. And like TV of the late 90s, early 2000s, where there'd be this little digital line that would go up the screen.
I do know that, yes.
Yes.
I'm old enough to remember this.
For those of you that are real youngins, TVs back in our day, they would
They were
have
not
this.
HD.
There was this little glitch in the filming in televisions of the day that would just sort of put this little line that goes up, right? Okay, so look it up. I don't know how to explain it. All right, so in this uninterrupted recording of the moon, you can see a little line sort of like that goes up the moon.
Really?
Yes. It's really small.
Wait,
But
like vertically?
It's
like horizontal. Like
the line is
left to
horizontal,
right.
but
Yeah.
it goes bottom to top.
Yeah.
Okay, but
kinda
couldn't
like
this
this.
just be his technology glitching?
That's the thing. He did it on multiple things, so they would have all had to glitch at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, well, wait, like...
But yes, it totally could have been the same system.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it
Or
totally
like the
could have
same
been.
editing system?
But
How do we know
but-
he didn't edit this video?
all right, so this is
Little hole in your theory.
hang on. Okay, so yes, it totally could have been a system. Could have been his camera. Who the heck knows? I don't even know if it's a dude. I keep saying he. I'm so assumptive. They. But I would say absolutely, except that at this same time, 11 people reported to, like, authorities, police, or whatever. 11 people also saw this with their own eyes. Whether looking through telescopes or whatever. 11
Can you imagine
people.
that phone call? Can you imagine that phone call? Literally just like, hey, 911? Guess what is your emergency? I just saw the moon glitch. Sir,
Yes, how do
can
you
I ask
report
how
this?
much you've had to drink tonight?
It looks like there's a glitch in the moons. Either it's an artificial electrical system, or some people think that it is a hologram of the moon. Okay. So, some people think that it is our government that is creating this hologram to either mess with us or whatever it is, or maybe prove that the Earth is round. Who knows?
I mean, the Earth is round.
We'll get into that in another episode. I'm sure we will do an Earth is round or Earth is flat episode. But
Oh,
okay,
no,
so
no,
some
no.
people think that it's our government. Some people think that it is. Sorry. I'm not laughing. This is so serious. This is so true. All right. Some people think that it is a hologram created by aliens, so that they, sorry, it's a holograph of the moon that aliens created. Let me collect myself. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's pretty funny.
Oh my god! I
It's
don't
funny.
want to. I don't want to make people feel bad because some people really believe this. Okay.
Listen, listeners,
All right.
we apologize if you believe this.
All right, so some people think that aliens created this hologram of the moon so that, especially when the moon is full,
This is delirious.
so they can work on projects behind it without us knowing, like mass destruction weapons. So, like, at night, they work behind the part of the moon that's hologrammed and work on projects.
Part of the moon?
Like, if the moon is a half moon or a... Oh, there are some people that believe that the moon is real, but only when it's eclipsed. Not eclipsed, when it's, crescent or when it's half or whatever.
Yeah.
They only believe that the moon is real when it's not full. But then when it's full, that's the hologram, and that gives enough space for the aliens to work on their weapon projects.
Okay, all right. Now
I wanna
wait a
go
minute.
to sleep.
Let's take it back here for a second.
Like,
So
it's just
yeah,
like-
no, I definitely believe that aliens are a thing. I don't see why they would be building weapons of mass destruction behind a hologram of the moon.
No, I love that for them. Like, do your ish in secrecy, sis. Like, I love that.
They have to hide it.
Why would they need to hide behind the moon? Like, wouldn't they have their own?
So that us.
Do they have their own galaxy or something that they can just go and
No,
out and they don't need to
because
hide
then they
behind
can
the moon?
test. They can test it then, right there. They can be like,
If they're going to test it on us, it's not going to matter if we saw them or not. We're going to be dead.
They can be like, pew pew, and only shoot down certain areas.
Wait, but they like duck behind the holograms and as they peek out. They're like pew pew pew, and then they duck back behind the hologram.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so for the moon does not exist. That's a alien hologram. Mm-hmm. What percentage do you think that's true?
0.
97.
Girl, you crazy? What is wrong with you?
97. No, I'm kidding.
There's only a 3% chance that aliens are not behind our moon making weapons.
Yeah.
Bree is banned.
Okay, no.
This is Bree's last episode. Everybody farewell, Bree.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye, Bree.
But, no, but in all seriousness, not 0%. That's not happening. Like, there's not, like, aliens behind the moon just, like, devising their plan to destroy the Earth.
I'll believe Keanu Reeves is a vampire before I'll believe that.
We never said he was a vampire.
Just
we
immortal.
Just said he was immortal.
Whatever.
You're just bringing your own.
So what was your percentage?
Maybe I wanted
0.
to be a vampire.
0.
Did you ever think about that?
I would say 0% on the whole like holographic moon and aliens are behind it making weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Oh no.
I know. But I would say maybe 2% chance of the possibility of the moon not being really the moon. That it would
What
be.
do you think it is then?
Elaborate.
In that
I would
2%
say
chance.
maybe a hologram, but in that case, if it is a hologram, I think it's our government or whoever's or somebody's putting it up there.
Though?
I don't know. I have no idea, but it's a possibility. I'm not gonna
Like, did something
mark that out.
happen to the moon and they're trying to keep that from us?
I'm not sure.
But that's also a
I'm not
very
sure.
slim possibility that she's saying. Like, she's saying 2%.
Right, no,
2%.
I know. I just want to know the reasoning why.
But in that instance, it would also be, in my opinion, under the assumption that the Earth is not the Earth as we know it either. I'm just
She's getting existential on us, Bree.
Are you saying... Time out!
I think that's a whole other episode. That
The Earth is not the Earth?
What was that thing that you were talking about with our...
that's a whole different
That's
thing.
a whole other episode that we'll have to get into.
Of us all being in a simulation. But
Right, like Matrix.
No, I'm talking about like that the Earth is not this round planet thing possibly, and that if the moon is not real, then the Earth would also not be real, because what's the motive? You know? So 2% chance that the moon is not real. Also, I think if it's not a hologram, possibly it could be some kind of... have you seen the movie Truman Show?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how the Earth was just another
Yeah.
Earth? The moon was just like a base for the television program?
Right.
Potentially it could be something like that, but instead it would be a government of some sort or some kind of higher power person or whatever that would be running this thing in the sky to help monitor the Earth or whatever. Okay. I don't think that's true. I think it's the moon.
Yeah.
The moon is just the moon.
Well,
but I'm open to the possibility that the moon does not exist.
If something had happened to the moon and the moon did not exist, that would affect tides.
So you've been told. And also I believe.
I mean, science tells me this.
Right. But...
So I think we would notice. Like,
science could be paid off.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I would say 2% chance possibility that the moon does not exist. 0% chance that it's a hologram that aliens are making weapons behind. So I'm Kalie.
I'm Bree.
And I'm Rachelle. And we are
Paranoia Percentage.
You can find us on Twitter at Paranoia Percent, Tumblr as Pdubs Podcast, and Facebook and Instagram as Paranoia Percentage.